we go. Well, hello there, humans, hippies, earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and whoever you're lucky enough indeed to be doing it too. I'm Bushka on Blitz, as you probably know, and I'm 2 minutes and 3 seconds early. Woo-hoo-wee! That's right, 2 real boys and girls. We are early. We're going to be doing tier 9 medium tanks today. Oh, I wonder, is this still... Wow, we're at 1080p, 60 frames per second. This will be interesting to see if this lasts. The internet in Australia to the rest of the world generally freaks out when we do this, so let's see if this actually works. I streamed an entire PUBG Mobile Chinese like tournament qualifiers the other day for 5 hours, and I did it at 1080p, so I thought I'd try it on Blitz. We'll see how we go. If it blows up, it blows up. We'll just go back to 720p, but I hope this helps those of you who want to go in absolutely the highest possible definition that they can. So, let's do this thing. Pop out the chat so I can see what's going on. It's very important to have an idea what's happening. Where has that gone? Okay, come on. What's going on here? Alright. That doesn't make any sense. Why does YouTube do this to me? Alright, so we're going to start off. I'm just going to go with the lines as they start from left to right. Okay? That's pretty straightforward. Pretty easy for everyone. We will be giving away a tier 5 gold tech tree tank today on the... At some point this week, we're going to give away a tier 7 as well. Alex is away, the guy from Wargaming who does all the invoicing, so yeah, we probably won't be getting those done this week, but we'll see. You never know, you can live in hope. Not enough credits. Oh, let's just go 57,000 gold's worth of credits. Let's see how we go. Thank you. Alright, let's talk about the M46 Patton. The little Patton. It's one of the coolest looking tanks in the game. It is certainly, and this armor doesn't do it any justice at all. Let's get something a little more sexy. Let's get Verdun. Verdun's still one of my favorite camos, and it's a Blitz camo contest. You can see the turret on it is very svelte, very narrow and tapered. And it's very far, it's quite forward. And that's an important part of this tank. The way the turret works, the fact that it's quite towards the front of the chassis, and it's got that big chopped down upper glacis. It's no good for armor, but what it means is that you're getting the most value out of your gun depression. If you have a turret, say, for instance, like the... WZ-120 or the 61, you can see how they're set a little bit further back. Even the Centurion 701, which is probably a better turret, but has the same amount of gun depression. You can see the Patton is right up close to that front drive wheel. We have a look at the distance between the front drive wheel and the front of the turret. What that means, in essence, is that when you are jumping around and going on ridges and things. Oh, hang on, I forgot. Armor Inspector is new, isn't it? Oh, God. So what have we got going on here? Gee, that's pretty weird. Let's just go with the E50. Okay, and the guy getting shot at is a tier 9 medium as well. And he's American, and it's the M46 Patton. Okay. What the hell is going on here? Oh, this is all new stuff for Armor Inspector. Okay, this is freaking me out just a little bit. Alright, so you can see the gun depression at the front on this tank is 10 degrees. When you're on a hill, you can go up to that hill and you can actually get the shots off easier. So you can get the tank to that kind of angle there without exposing a whole lot of your tank. And that's important because the armor profile on this thing is a packet of poop tickets. And if what happens is what usually happens, we're going to see a lot of tier 10 games. And if we see a lot of tier 10 games, we're going to be a tank that is going to be hunted by tanks like the 183, the Jaegeru, all the big dogs, they want a piece of you because you are so easy to pen for their HE shells. You are the big numbers that are available for everyone are particularly available against you. And that's one of the reasons why the M46 used to be so strong, and it's still very good, and I still really do enjoy driving it, but it used to see tier 7, and like a lot of the high DPM tanks at tier 9, tier 7 was where it just absolutely devastated. Hey, it was such a dominant tank when in those kind of engagements. Now you've got to drive it a lot smarter, and that's important and intelligent for the game itself, I think, anyway. So what have they got? They've got a PTA and a T49. Interesting. This is like one of the most standard positions in the game right here. So their Jagdpanther may be pushing out. He's not being spotted. This is probably... Okay, I'll say right now, this is probably a little bit dodgy, what we're doing here. Oh, our Super Pershing's decided to push. Okay, interesting. Yeah. Well, he's not hit yet, so... Yeah, mate. Yeah, there he is.
Another one like that should finish them.
Super Pershing, probably just a touch aggressive there, buddy. Still in all. Here comes the PTA. No, he's bailed out. He's got the 90mm. So this PTA has the 90mm gun. It'll still do plenty of damage to me because obviously I don't have good armor, but we try and get away with only taking the one shot. No, he took two. You can see by the way that gun's got sections on it. That's the 90mm weapon. And let's now capture A, because we are going to have a chance to have a coffee here. So cap A, which is the right thing to do. We are... Oh god, the thing's up. My bad. Sorry. Maybe that was just a recent addition. So all the pressure is now on the red guys, obviously, because they don't have a cap, and they'll probably start acting a little bit more aggressively. They don't have a lot of choice. They're all sitting down there. SU-130.
Punched right through their armor.
Now, one of the things that a lot of these mediums have going for them is that they are very, very good DPM-wise versus Tier 8 tanks. And that's what you just saw there, was the tank had no problems putting pressure on it all. I mean, these guys have to push it. That's all there is to it. The other thing that this tank really does have is view range. It's got excellent view range. Was I spotted there? No. We got the 130 on our right. Have to push out there. Oh, lever. No, he's not coming up. They're fading a bit over there, but we've got such a big cap advantage. Yeah, this could go a bit dodgy. This guy hits me. No, it's not going to go dodgy. This tank has good view range too. The American tanks tend to have gun depression and view range as a benefit as they progress up the tiers. It's the Jagdpanther. Don't be looking at me. 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 Good.
Enemy is hit. Another one like that should finish them.
And we're probably not going to get the chance to finish this A75. Oh yeah, he's going to pull us back long enough to...
Punched right through their armor.
stat pad just a little bit here. Alright, where are we? Where's my chat? So in terms of DPM...
There's a lot of people in chat saying that it's really laggy.
Really laggy?
Yeah.
Have
Really
they...
choppy looking.
Okay, that's cool. Let's just reset that then. Oh, it's a mastery. That's a good way to start the day off. Excellent. Okay, let me reset it so we're not doing 720p. That's alright. And get it going again. Alright. Is it possible too that they were actually watching it in 1080p and their device couldn't handle the 1080p? That's... Yeah, guys, just in case you're wondering, we're playing that at 1080p. So that was possibly why. If yeah. Okay, so that's a lot to do with why this tank is good. Anyway, I'll run it at 720p. There's no reason really to run it at 1080. I can't get you a refund, dude. Jackie Fish, I can't even... They wouldn't give me the SU-122, the WZ-12, 120, man. There's no way I can get you a refund for a tank. Not that the phone's not powerful enough, Mad Car Builder, that if you're watching it at 1080p, your internet connection might be skipping frames because of... That's what I was saying.
I'm watching on 2 devices at 480 and I'm not dropping anything, not skipping anything, no lag, no nothing.
Yeah. Elliot, there's no point driving tanks with lower tier guns. The reason people want to know these reviews is, like, what's the tank going to do with the top tier gun? Every tank in the game with a lower tier gun is going to be basically a support tank, like you saw that Leopard PTA. You're going to drive it like a support tank. I mean, if you don't do that, then you're just going to get shredded because you don't have pen, and you don't have DPM, and you don't have good dispersion. So people want to see the tank as they'll drive it for the next 12 months in its finished form, so to speak. So driving with a lower tier gun is good for like 3% of the entire population who have the M46 Patton, which is not a very wise use of resources. Now, if you're wondering where I am here and why it's an interesting position, it's because I'm in a tier 9 game, right? If I was in a tier 10 game here and I was in here, I mean, this would be kind of crazy. Oh, they're being really aggressive, hey? I just blew adrenaline there trying to frighten this guy off, but these guys are not helping. At the back here, oh, the IS-3's there. He's in a position to help. Got a lot of people into me here, man. Just give him a little bit to go on with. Sit. Good. Just angling up as best I can. Yeah, that Yag Tiger is eating that poor Type 61 alive. Now, being aggressive is all well and good. You can see the DPM on this thing. It just starts to leak through, hey. That wasn't unexpected. Where'd that 400 Alpha come from? I think that was the ST1 at the top. Alright. Come on, Yag, do your stuff. Shoot someone else, you grubs. I got to change the angle of attack here because this Yag is going to get pushed on, and I've only got 560 hit points. So I've got to. Oh, he's watching. This Super P is such a grub. We both bounced our shots, right? Cool, we got that done. Yag's low. ST1 has to go. Gotta watch out. WZ's in trouble. Yag's in trouble. They're up on caps. We've got no choices. No good decisions left to make. We just got to go.
Enemy armor is damaged.
We've lost this. We've lost this. It's not enough time.
Vehicle destroyed.
But still, the tank does fairly well. You can see it's still working. Dudes, there is nothing wrong on my end. You need to restart your side of the whole thing because I have got 0 frames dropped. 0 frames dropped, right? And I'm uploading at 11,450 kilobytes per second to YouTube. And I'm watching it on YouTube itself, on the live thing, and it's not stuttering at all.
Yeah, it looks fine on my end.
Okay, let me just talk to these guys. All right, so I think that's a fairly good indication of the pros and the cons of the tank that battle. You saw it's able to output damage just fine, but there was a tier 8 premium there tunneling me, and I couldn't stop him from hitting me. There's a lot of tanks like this at this tier. The Leopard 1, the Leopard PTA, for instance, the Type 61, they all require that fine touch. There's no way around it. They absolutely struggle in terms of bouncing any shots, but you've got over 3,000 DPM. There's a select few tanks at this tier that have that kind of DPM. You're the only one realistically that has 3K plus, but there's a lot of stuff within like a tiny little margin. So the T54 has 2,944, the 55A has 2,944, the Leopard PTA has 2,933. You get the idea. So let's go to the 54E one now. Again, we're talking about a tank with reasonably good gun depression because, like, it's American. You get 8 degrees of gun depression. It used to be so good. It had a an average 350 alpha shot, and now it's down to an average alpha shot of 310, which is funky. Hey, Amizi. Good to see you, amigo. Okay, you want me to turn the volume up on what? The game or on my voice? You have to be specific, dude. Come on the deal for real. Tell me. The easiest to grind from stock to maxed out. I mean, the 54 is pretty straightforward. It gets a reasonable turret, but I mean, none of them are fun stock, right? But the play styles you can have of a stock medium tank at this tier are just basically, you know, are just basically support tanks once you get to tier 9. And we've been incredibly lucky thus far to have 3 games in a row at tier 9. Yeah, and man, I could do a Type 62. That 40 extra alpha the Rogue Gen's talking about there is so true. It was absolutely incredible. You could put out, you know, over 1,000 damage in a clip, which was a lot. That is a lot for a tier 9 medium. Now our heavies are being aggressive here, and one of the things I hate about this map is the way people do tend to camp spawns. It's completely legitimate, and it is completely reasonable to do so. But if my heavies are being aggressive, then I'll buy into that and I'll give them a hand. Like, if they want to be aggressive, then yeah, I'll support them. It's not the ideal way to play the tank. Awesome. Seriously, there's a T-54 right there, and you go out sideways, and you miss the T-54, and you decide to hit me. Are you freaking kidding me? Some K91, another clipper. This Borsig's desperate to get the shot off. This Borsig's frontlining. I'm going for a full reload here. Our IS-3's got flogged. Okay, so yeah, I was expecting that. Here it comes. We've got mediums behind us. What's there? That'd be Type 59, I think. Or it could be, no, 310. That's going to be the T-54. We've got to clear a tank here. Let's clear this IS-8. Oh, waffle tractor in spawn. Okay, we're going to have a little think about life. We've been very aggressive, right? Very aggressive. So the Type 59 ding's been pushing up at the back. We can clear that guy. Let's move. Move. Seriously? Okay, whatever. That waffle's been really passive. That's fine. I mean, as is his wont. But I like the way our team played here, to be fair. Very, very, very aggressive as a team. Leave the waffle tractor alone.
Enemy armor is damaged.
And that's the value of a clipper right there. Just going to sneak across here so he doesn't get another shot at me. Bust on down. Fair enough. We got taken out, but we did the right thing. And that's one of the first things you learn about clippers there is it's great for clearing tanks. And that's what you really, really want to use it for. You want to be clearing tanks with clippers. You want to look for tanks that are below the hit point threshold of your average alpha. Good work, matey. Good work. Not the most sexy game, but absolutely a good team game, that. Yeah, I will play the PTA, dude. I've played 2 tanks so far. Calm the hell down. It's called the Tier 9 Medium Tank stream. We're going to play the PTA. Okay? Just cool your jets. They've buffed this tank quite a few times, and then they've nerfed the reload, the alpha on it, and jiggled and wiggled with it. At first, I really didn't like the tank. I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that we want to go heavy route. What have we got? An IS-8 and a WZ-110. We're going this way. IS-8, you are not a heavy tank's butt in terms of a frontline tank. You go there, you... No, I mean, there's not a lot of nasty heavies over there. You could probably get away with it. That was very cheeky, wasn't it? That was very cheeky. So that 59 ding is still over here as well. It's just fired. I wonder if he knows I'm here. Just keeping an eye on everything. That 49 needs to not... Okay, there's that bat chat. That's what I'm going for. on? He wants to come and hit point trade? He wants to come and hit point trade. Let's clear this guy. 1.
Another one like that should finish them.
2.
Penetration.
3. That's a clipper right there.
Finish him off.
Look for a target that is sub your average alpha rolls for 3 shots and then clear it. We're on a reload, so all I want to do on reload is not get hit. There's an AT pushing up here somewhere. That's cool. Okay, that 54E1 there is troubling. Don't want to get hit by this AT as I cross. Ah, damn it. But I've now got these 2 guys in the flank, so surely they can clear that IS-5, the 3 of them put together. IS-3 wants to get aggressive here. Really? Okay.
Enemy is hit.
No, he's back. He's back. He's looking at me again.
We've just stinged them.
Trying to be too sneaky. Just hit the target, dude. That was my fault. That was really bad play by me. Really bad play. I need to clip one of these guys out really quickly.
We didn't even scratch them.
Seriously? Seriously? Oh, that's
Dear God,
ridiculous.
find us another target.
Alright, I can take 1 from this guy.
Gotcha.
Bugger. I'm going for a full reload here. I need to get this guy cleared. Gee, I screwed up playing with this guy earlier. I really did screw it up. It was just such crappy play. Wish I could have that one back, but you know. Obviously I can't.
Viewfinder knocked out. We can hardly see anything. Enemy armor is damaged. Viewfinder backup. Visibility increased. They're hit.
Go to APCR for this last one.
Enemy vehicle
I had to work
knocked
so
out.
hard for that when it's my fault, dude. I absolutely did that completely wrong. I screwed around at the start because I thought at the end, because I thought me holding those couple of tanks there would let the other guys just clear that tank, the IS-5 on the far side really easily, and absolutely, absolutely didn't do it. Like, relying on something like that is just so stupid, and it was my fault, not the rest of the teams, man. Yeah. Anyway, there you go. So that's is it good? Yeah, it's a good tank. As you get higher and higher, there's not as many tanks that are just like, well, that tank's a bit vanilla or bland or crap, right? This is a tank that is very easy in terms of grinding because you've only got 2 guns. Like, you get that gun very, very quickly. And once you've got that gun, you can just play it as a normal clipper. You look for targets that you can clip out, you know? Yeah, Luke Skull. I think I will do the 2 cams at some point. Hey, I think that's important. So that's the T-54E1. Let's talk about one of my favourites. This tank holds a lot of memories for me. This is the E50. Now, when the game first came out, you had such a vanilla section of tanks. You had the M46, you had the E50, you had the T-54, and that was it. There were no other Tier 9 mediums. Those were the 3 tanks you had. And this one was the one that had the best gun by an absolute mile in terms of accuracy. And that was why it was so popular as a marksman. But it didn't get nearly as many people playing it because this thing existed. And the T-54 at the time was just a super god tank. It was ridiculous. Tier 10 damage per minute numbers, the best armor profile in the tier really, outside of like an E75. Heat that went through 330 millimeters of armor and didn't seem to get affected by spaced armor. The mechanic was broken. So yeah, the E50 is a different kettle of fish. The E50 is much maligned. It's not a bad tank. It's had some things done to it that have made it, like, it's got 8 degrees of gun depression, 0.272 dispersion, which is very, very good. 2827 DPM. It got a little DPM buff. The big problem with the E50 is none of those things. The problem with the E50 is the penetration. The penetration on the E50 is woeful. It's absolutely woeful. It's 220 millimeters of pen, which is the same. It's less than the pen you get on the BL9 for the IS-3, which is 225 millimeters of pen, right? So that's your problem. The offset for that for the E50 is the fact that it has such a lovely gun, so you can aim and hit weak points very, very easily. Something I forgot to mention too on the T-54E1, I don't know if you noticed, it has outstandingly good aim time. Very, very good aim time. It makes snapshots very easy, and you probably saw a few of those. Tier 10. So we finally got a Tier 10. We finally luck out with the Tier 10 game. 4 TDs. I mean, welcome to the meta. Welcome to the meta. We got anyone coming up? We got an E4 coming up. I mean, this is going to be tough. Thanks very much for the donation. Thanks for the floodgates are open. The floodgates are open. Yeah, what are you going to do? I mean, I should have known that was going to happen. That leopard, I mean, dude, there is no support here. You can see up there should be a TD right now. There's no support there. So if they push hard down here, we're going to be in strife. None of their tanks are spotted. And this is the dilemma of a Tier 9 medium in this day and age where there's so many Tier 10 tanks. There we go. I want to push up here and I want to support. But honest to God, what is that E4 doing down there? There is currently unspotted on this map 2 Grill 15s. Okay? They are somewhere over there camping. If I poke, I'm going to get wrecked. That E4 has actually done a decent job. I take it back. Oh, Leopard, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't bleed, man. Okay, the Leopard is about to get deleted. They will push this. He is in such a bad spot. And then I'm going to be on my own against a 140 and a T-55A. And they are going to push me, and it's going to be game over. It'd be better if he shot me than he shot the Leopard. I'll tell you that now for nothing. Wow. Yeah, good work, E-Thor. So this is Tier 10. We've not really done a whole lot wrong, but suddenly there's... Hopefully he rams me. No. Here comes Strapper. He's gonna... It's pretty quick, that 140. Awesome. And yeah, I've totally got this. I mean, that grill over there won't shoot me, surely. What about the 215B here? Yeah, I'm so screwed. What is he? Seriously? Is he side scraping to me? Like, what is he afraid of? That's tier 10 now. And you can also see the value of the armor profile on this tank. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Like, I think the E50 did really well there, hey. I think the E50 did really well. It bounced a lot of shots, cleared some tanks, it put nearly 2k damage in when it had tanks all over it. And that's the tank. It's good, but you can't. It's like a tier 9 medium in this day and age is not going to be able to be aggressive unless things are perfect for it. So I think that's a good thing to have on stream too. Dude, what about the T-54? The stream's been going for 34 minutes. Guys, stop losing your minds. We've got 34 minutes in. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tier 9 mediums. Just slow down, dudes. Slow down. Well, I bounced, Dan Kelly. I did bounce the 215B. I bounced the grill. I bounced a couple of grill shots, in fact. They're tier 10s with proper big-ass pen. And they bounce because it has semi-heavy tank characteristics. The side armor on the tank is sloped in a way that is very, very similar to tanks like, you know, the E75 and the 4502B. And that. It's not the same values, but what it has is the same kind of characteristics. So it means you can be a little more... Oh, here we go again. Okay, one medium on their team, one medium and a light on our team. I'm going to make the call that we go out here. There'll be a Death Star on their team. I'm going to guess that he's going to be in spawn for pretty much the entire match. We'll see how that goes. We did the Patton, Caleb. Exclamation mark, question mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, question mark. So, yeah. Don't know where you were. I was here. Up Daddy's over there. Not going to muck around here. If he's being aggressive, we'll take a shot. Wow, he's being really aggressive. 57's 5, 1 off. Will he go for a reload? Oh, hello. Jeez, this IS-8 has just gone hog wild. Their E100 is role-playing a rock at the moment. He's down there in spawn, you can see. Big real damage. Is anyone gonna spot me? Is that E100 seriously just gonna sit there? Their poor 215B, man. He did the right thing. He got absolutely screwed. I don't know if that guy's still there or not. As I mentioned, I mentioned the 215B would just be hanging out there unspotted for as long as possible? Well, there he is. Somewhere in there. Both. I mean, for goodness sakes, what a way to play your tank. Oh, this Object 140, I love him, but I think he may... Oh my god! Oh, there's their 215B. He's really done himself a nasty. Thanks very much, Flytrapper, for the R.D. Patterson for the donation. I'm not on EU. What are you talking about? I'm on Asia. You weirdo. What are you talking about? Jeez, this tortoise has certainly had a dynamic effect on the game, hasn't he? Mikzukov. Caleb, every question you ask is in caps with a question mark next to it. Get a grip, dude. It's the E25. You've seen the gun works really well, and despite the fact that it's got low pen, if you give it time, it can hit those weak points because it is, in fact, a very, very accurate gun. You probably saw that quick shot I took on the 215B. He got one in return because he's got a very good gun himself, but we did manage to tip right into the top of the hatch with 220mm of AP pen, which isn't a huge amount, hey. No worries, Farm Boy Gaming. It's good, mate. Don't stress. Don't stress. That turtle missed the show. Turtle wants to drive into a different map. Ouija. G'day, Ouija. How you doing, Azza? Good to see you, mate. They need to make a tier 10 TOG. No, they really don't need to make a tier 10 TOG. That's just a stupid idea. Jeez, we got a few people. I haven't looked in the Discord for a while. There's a few of you snuck in here. Okay, so what is it? Another tier 10 game? I did not even look. So we've got 4 mediums versus 3 mediums. Object 140, PTA. Here's one of the big problems with the E50 that you will come across if you play it. It's very, very tall for a medium. And that means positions like this up here where I would love to go and just hang out behind a rock. I'll do it anyway, but bear in mind, this is a bad idea. This is going to get me wrecked. But I want to show you the tank, and to do that, I think I need to be honest about it. So I'm going to do this here. This gives you a really good idea on just how tough it can be to... the 62A has to push up for me to be able to do anything here with this. Now, you've got I should have mentioned, you've got 8 degrees of gun depression on this tank, but you have it over the back, right? Over the sides, right? You do not have 8 degrees of gun depression on the front. And look how hard it is for me to maintain this tank in any form of safe space here, because it is just freaking enormous. It's absolutely enormous. So I'm going to move up here and try and help out the IS-8 if I can get around here without getting too wrecked. IS-8, thanks for pushing out there and ruining that shot. That was good, mate. You're side-scraping. What are you doing? Dude, actually, you're doing it really well. I take it back. Keep doing it. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it, buddy. You're doing great. Okay, 54's crossing. We might actually get a shot in here. Yes, excellent. Tracked him. Gone for a second look. Blown our adrenaline. Just going to miss it. Story of my life. Moving back. The spot we're at before. Oh, ever so dodgy. Here comes that IS-7. It's very quick. He's going to push up. Let's try and clear this 62A. man, that's 220 pen. 220 pen doing 220 pen things.
Der Motor hat keine Leistung mehr.
220 pen, baby. All day long. Now, I did that for a specific reason, to showcase how tough this tank is to drive in those situations, particularly in tier 10 battles, because we've had some nice games in it. It's gun depression, and I'll show you quickly what I mean here. And this is really, really important, because I didn't mention this at the opening, and it's a lot like the RU-251, okay? The RU-251 is another German tank that has this particular issue. Where is that? Okay, so the tier 9, that's not what I'm worried about. Here we go. M46 Patton, German, E50. Okay. Gun depression at the front is 5 degrees, okay? So, over the side, though, your gun depression goes up to 8 degrees. So you're in a situation like that where you're a very tall tank, and it's hard to get the tank hidden behind the rocks. Imagine there's a rock on the side of my turret right around here, okay? Anytime I go out and try and get the gun across like that to get shots at those guys on the other side, this is the view they get, which is obviously not ideal, okay? It's not ideal. And even if you want to use that gun depression, most tanks, when they're going and using gun depression, they accentuate their upper glacis, so they get more bounces like that. But that doesn't happen with the E50. The E50, using its gun depression, has to use it completely from a reset camo situation. So that's probably the best way I could illustrate it, and it's one of the reasons why I drove up there despite knowing that it was a bad idea right from the start. You can't use it the same way you use the gun depression of a T54E1 or an M46 Patton or any of those. This tank, Carlos, what the hell do you want, dude? 183 or Jaegeru. Look, the 183's more OP than the Jaegeru. I'm sorry, it is. I hate the 183. I wish it wasn't in the game, but it is. So while it's there, drive the 183, man. Yeah, Meadsy's right. Just get both, dude. Okay, when you drive this tank, this is the Leopard PTA. You need to put on your big boy pants and ignore the idiots. Because the idiots are going to tell you, where are you, man? What are you doing at the back? This tank needs to be in a position where it can fire and get that beautiful laser beam gun on target and use the mobility, but it has no armor. So use the clues that Wargaming put in the information there. No armor, no gun depression. What does that mean to you as a player? Well, it means you probably shouldn't be on the front line in tier 10 matches. And that means being a little bit cheeky and moving around the battlefield, looking for easy shots, waiting for other people to do things for you. All these things and more. That's fair enough, because this is the Leopard PT-8. And there is the Jaegeru over there will hit me for 1,000 damage easily. Okay? Just do not fall for the macho shit with this. Yeah, play the PTA like it is made of glass. The game is 7 minutes long. It's 7 minutes long. It's not 2 minutes long. Wait for them to make a mistake and hope that your team doesn't, like, YOLO their ass off, right? I'll buy that for $1. I will hold position here. Absolutely, I will hold position. So they got 1, 2, 3 there. One in on the left of screen at the spawn. That's the Jaegeru. That IS-7 and co really need to check themselves before they wreck themselves. If they get too aggressive there, oh god, the E50. Well, Tatar E50, congratulations. You were the toughest and the roughest of them all, but you're dead. You're so dead, dude. What are you doing? Now he's going to come out again, that 5120, because he can't help himself. He's as bad as the E50, man. Like, he has literally put himself down as a one-shot there. And he's just screwed up. Let's have a blind shot just to see. Yeah, worth a go. We'll take one more blind shot where that 5120 was. So you'd hate to miss out on the opportunity. Now, our IS-7 is about to get pushed on hard. Let's see. Oh. Pull back up, pull back up. 3, 2, 1. Up. Oh, the IS-7's gone, dude. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You have to be kidding me. So, there's less tanks around now. That was my bad. That was absolutely my bad. I should have turned auto aim off. Didn't turn auto aim off. That's why that poor old IS-7 died, despite doing all the hard yards. That was my bad. Oh, that was frustrating. But still, we haven't taken an ounce of damage. Not an ounce. Not a single scratch. We'll maybe take one now. Just rushing in. That's cool. Very simple PTA game. The biggest problem with the PTA, right, is people, nice job by the Adamant, and very good job by the IS-7 and the M103. They held there for ages. The biggest problem with the PTA is that people lose their bottle and just rush, you know? And that's bad. Like, you have to be patient with the tank. You have to take the opportunities when they're there. And if they don't present, then they don't present. And that's all there is to it. If you try and create something out of nothing, then you're going to get wrecked. I love this tank. I love driving this tank. Like, honest to God. I think it's an absolutely fantastic vehicle. But Tier 10 games, you have to be careful. There's just no way around it. If you're not careful, you will really come up in a very poor way, very poor fashion. No one's spotting that? Okay, that's going to be me then. Okay. They've got 4 TDs, man. This is such a disaster. This is such a disaster waiting to happen. That WZ is so deep. They must all be camping there. Let's see if there's anyone over there. No bites. E100 smashing up on our 62A, who is in real strife. Spotted again? Who's spotting him? What the hell is there? There can't be that E100. Thanks, Bronk. Yeah, I'm rotating here. This is not a good spot. We've got a mouse down there. We've got 2 TDs over here still. Man, we're having a lot of luck here with the... Where's that grill? Where's that grill? Where's that grill? Where's that grill? There he is. Okay. No, I'm not going to go the grill. I'm going to go the... Oh, I am going to go the grill. Just such a crappy situation sometimes with this gun. But you've got to really make sure that you make the most out of it. And that's, you saw there, I just took my time. I worked around and we did nearly 3k damage in a tier 10 game without putting ourselves at massive risk. It's so important with this tank that you spot those opportunities and move to them. Yeah, you've got to spot those opportunities and move to them. How long we got? Okay, let's get to the 54 because we got to talk about the 54. This is probably one of the most asked questions in Blitz. Which tank do I go to, the 62A or the Object 140? And the second most asked question regarding a Russian medium would be, which gun do I use, the 100mm D10T2C or the 100mm D54? They basically decide a lot of things. This is the historically, in terms of Blitz, popular gun, right? This is the gun that people really always ran back in the day. 9.5 rounds a minute, 201mm a pen, 310 AP, 0.317 dispersion, and 3.6 seconds of aim time. This gun gets you another 18mm a pen, better aim time, slightly worse dispersion. I prefer to run this gun these days, and I run it with calibrated shells. Now, this is just me. I've run it both ways. It works with both ways. It works with both guns. If you run the other one and you do it, you're doing it because you want raw DPM and better aim time and a better dispersion rather. And if you do that, then there's no point running calibrated shells because you are giving up on the penetration. If you run this thing right now, I mean, you can see the pen I've got on this gun right now. I've got 230mm of pen on my AP rounds, which is pretty important. But even more importantly, I've got 300mm of pen on my heat rounds. You can see there, which is a whole hell of a lot more than you get running it the other way. That doesn't mean you can't be successful with both ways. And I've run it both ways, and I've won a lot with it both ways. It's a good Caleb Armstrong, man. Either lose the caps or stop talking. Okay? That's it. I'm not going to respond to you when you keep capping out. The problem with running it without the pen, it's a lot like running, and I know this sounds weird, is the IS-6 with the low pen gun. Fantastic when you're in a tier 7, tier 8 matchup. Horrific when you're in a tier 9, tier 8 matchup. You run into an E75 in that tank, it's a tomato. Well, the same thing goes for the T54 with a 201mm pen gun, the idiot. You run into a mouse or an E100 or something in that tank, and you don't have pen, then wow. I mean, right now, I wish I had the other gun. Look at this matchup. There's a Cent, an IS-8, a 1390, an IS-3. Right now, I want the other gun, but sucks to be me. I don't get that choice. You don't. You've got to plan for the most likely outcome, and the most likely outcome for this tank is that it's going to end up in tier 10 games. And in a tier 10 game, you need the pen to be effective. You still have excellent camo, you still have excellent mobility, you've still got an awkward cast of a turret that can really cause troubles for the bad guys. Okay. Yeah, sure. I'll believe that happened. What the hell happened there? That was auto-aim. It was auto-aim. I don't know. How in the hell did it not... Okay. Hopefully we're low enough under the gun here that we can actually get these shots off without getting pumped, but we never know. Nah, we're not. That was silly by me. Absolutely ridiculous. This is really odd. I wonder if I've got the old auto-aim on still or something, because that is firing everywhere. And I also don't know what that T-34 is doing there. That is... Oh my god! Are you guys watching my auto-aim just go berserk? My auto-aim has decided to completely malfunction. Yeah, that's the grubs at the back. Yeah, I need to check that auto-aim. It feels dodgy. It feels like the, I need to check that. Let's just have a look at this. Where am I? Controls. Auto-aim is old. It's the old auto-aim. I don't understand. It's just, it could be just ping, I guess. I give in. So let's try it now and show you how this works with the old gun with no... You better bring an absolute arse ton of premo. So that's too much. I don't really use that much. And we're going to run just stock standard old school stuff, hey. This is old school T-54. Thanks very much, Carlos406. I like my glasses too. And of course, we immediately get a game with two E100s. He's 75. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this will be fun. Oh, boy. Oh, dearie me. I mean, now we need to swap the guns around, but this is, here you go. So they've got a 140 and a 4202. Pretty good mediums, and they're a lot better, I think, than in terms of raw numbers than me and this Oh, hello. 4202's being a bit cheeky. Let's see if there's anyone noticing there. 62, don't do it, man. Don't do it. Don't do it. There's no one there who's being friendly. Here comes the 100. What are you doing, dude? Error 404, gun depression not found. Doesn't matter, he was completely red anyway. So we've got 2 heavies down there, working those numbers. There's our 183. No, 62A. No. Dude, there's someone over the other edge there as well. Okay, 4202's isolated. Okay, there is a chance here. No. We can clear that guy. Where's the 140? This is actually not a bad option. Come on, 62. Come with me. Let's go balls deep. The 140. I'll shoot 183s all day long over any other tank. So will everyone else, pretty much. Good work, Bushka. That's a rock, dude. Good work on that rock, Bushka. You really showed that rock who's boss. Oh, love the pen. 201 millimeters. Really doing the business. Nice rock work there. Alright, we'll go one more on the T-54. That rock deserved it. G'day, Jay Richard too. Thanks very much for subbing, dude. Thanks very much to everyone who's subbed. Thanks to everyone who's donated. Thanks to all the humans, really. You're just pretty beautiful people. Okay, interesting map this. They've only got a 704, which is really great for me. Like that, that means we're going to have possibly a more dynamic game, unless like the E100 role plays a TD, which will be interesting. STB1 and me. Yes? What's up?
Hugo wants to know if you have your ribbons turned off. Haven't seen any popping.
I didn't even know you could turn them off. Okay. I've definitely not turned them off. It would be another one of those things that seems to be turning off all on its lonesome since the update. You notice how I didn't shoot the T-62A there? No, the ribbons are on. It just came out then. Because I can't pen him, basically. I just shot the... What is the STB1 doing, dude? I was here. Go and get your own stuff. We don't have any support here. Oh, this is interesting. This is very interesting. I'm going to spot this again, but there is no... We're spotting for no one right now. They've got 3, 4, 5, so we're missing 2 tanks. One of them's the Object 704. That AMX 5120 is making a move across. Yeah, I thought this... Yeah, oh, mate. I read this like a freaking book. Unbelievable. I saw you coming last Christmas, buddy. Oh, how did that not go in? Get wrecked. I'm not poking out there yet. There's the 704. Oh, hello. Solid YOLO Type 61. Absolutely solid as a rock. So it's a versatile medium. It's very Russian. It can bounce shots. It's got good mobility. It's got a variety of guns you can choose from different play styles. It still maintains its place as one of the better tanks in its tier. It's just not the god tank it used to be. And it was, make no bones about it. This was a god tank. Hello, Tonk. Oh, could you get in the way some more, dude? Dude, are you intentionally trying to stop anyone else from shooting that tank? Yeah, it would appear so. There's that pen, and the pen is bad. Like, there's no use sugarcoating it. The pen is god awful. Really? You're going to shoot me? That's going to make a world of difference. I mean, look at that E100 without heat. Oh, you're kidding me. My goodness. You know, but you're still going to collect a few decent damage numbers along the way, and oh, that was quality entertainment. No scopes for days, baby. No scopes for days. Zachary White, I am indeed on Discord. Yeah. All right, so that's the T-54. I think that's pretty much the right way to look at it. Now let's talk about one of my absolute favorites. This is the Centurion 701. It runs the L7A1. If you run it with Hesh, you get some lovely numbers, namely 231 millimeters of HE pen. The gun is laser beam accurate. It's got 10 degrees of gun depression. It is just my sweetheart. This is my favorite tank at the tier, really. Like, this is such a beautiful tank. It is such a beautiful tank. Thanks very much, Slaven, you lovely human. Major League Gaming shot. Where was the 360? We're getting to the Type 61, okay? Calm down. Tier 9. No, we're not going... Just load Hesh. Don't be a sook. Load Hesh. Load Hesh, turn on auto aim. Let the L7A1 do all the hard yards. Spotted. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're missing one tank. No, there he is. That's a full lid, baby. They're all in there. Auto aim is doing some weird things right now, like really weird stuff. We got to get in there because these guys didn't get the memo and they all went town. What is going on with auto aim, dude? This is weird. Nothing is going in.
Punched right through their armor. Penetration.
Surely that 704 has to turn around at some point. No, he's just going to keep getting hammered from behind, waiting for me to poke. See you, buddy. Good work.
Enemy armor is damaged.
That was Hesh. Bushka, you idiot. Gonna try and support this T-54 as best I can. But I've got to get some gun depression on in this situation at some point.
We didn't even scratch them. Nice shot.
Oh, lovely big high Hesh roll, baby.
Enemy destroyed.
Claw it back, boys. Claw it back, you big Russian dogs. 515 max roll. Come home, you big L7A1. Who likes Hesh? We like Hesh, baby. Oh, unless we completely missed the shot. That C-54 and I are fighting for this one. Bumping into each other all over the place. I love the L7A1. How good is Hesh? How good is Hesh? A couple of those shots just rolling 500 damage in a medium into tier 8 tanks. Like, oh, I can do this all day. Hesh is life. Where's sticky fruit roll-ups? Heshgasm. Ooh, there's the FV4202. Interesting. Okay. I love the Grill 15. It's great fun.
Let's get this show on the road.
Ishan Kartha, if you want to use sexuality as a slur, then, buddy, you're going to have a timeout. Alright, I got to bail out of there. Sorry, I was putting someone in a timeout. Yeah, I'm going to get wrecked for that. Blame Ishan. So we haven't seen our medium or our light tanks from the red team, which is a problem. And there's Hesh in all its glory. 73 damage that time. It's me versus the world at the back. And I'm about to get swamped because there's multiples of them. There's nothing I can do about it. The rest of the team needs to man up and start pushing.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Got a bounce. That's lovely. Can't rely on it. There's still a bat shack back there. This guy here is a problem. They're all a problem, really, at the moment. The team is ignoring the fact that you can't just roll forward into camping TDs and such. And, yeah, it's interesting. That bat chat's still waiting for a shot at me. He's still waiting for that shot. There he is. Is auto aim broken, or is it just me? Like, it is absolutely not hitting the target. Is it that time?
Like that should finish them. Now, this vehicle is hit.
Yeah. I don't know what they were thinking, man. They completely ignored the flank, despite the fact that they had 2 meds and a light, they just completely ignored it, hey. I might still pull this up. I also had to put someone in a timeout. So that's why I was just sitting there at the start. If you're going to use someone's sexual preference as a slur kid, you need to stop. It's not going to roll, you know, in the real world. At the end of the stream, we'll do that. No worries, Melee. Please enjoy yourselves. All right. I hope they add Centurion Action 10. Last game in this, and then we'll roll on to the Z-Type 61. G'day, Bell. I'd roll the Chinese heavy line. I really, really like it. But the medium line's got a lot better. They acknowledged that some of its deficiencies, and they really buffed it. That was important. G'day, Daily Aussie Cars, you big dog. Yeah, Derpy, I did stay there for too long. I was timing someone out in the chat, that's why. I don't know if they'll replace the 4202. I think it does a lot. It does a lot better than the 4202 does in PC. Hello, Hesh. One more. Come on. Turn off that auto aim. It's buggy as all hell. Excellent. Well worth it. I just didn't want to get caught by the campers there, so kind of got stuck here. This is my bad, but we'll get up there. Trusting you this time, auto aim. Don't let me down. Yeah, baby. Coming home with a vengeance. What are they doing? Did you see that? That's one of the weird things Hesh does. I just bounced Hesh off the top of a tank, which shouldn't really theoretically be possible considering it is high explosive. See if we can track him. Yes, we can. Will it give us another shot? Won't need it. This is carnage. Max rolled 184. Interesting. This is really not very fun for him right now. Carnage. Carnage. Just Hesh. Hesh happening all over the place. Let's talk about the Type 61. I think this tank's shit. Excuse my language. It works in the same way that any gun will work if you play it right. Like, if you think of the game as just a bunch of boxes with a potential value to do set amount of damage, and if you get to fire that set amount of damage enough times, you'll do good damage, then that's great. But this is absolutely not anything resembling a tank that can push. It is... Bushka does not always scope while shooting. Bushka often doesn't scope, Bushka is working on scoping more. Because basically Bushka has had so many issues with no scopes. No, there won't be a Reaper room today. This tank cannot support its own weight. It is the very definition of razor thin success and failure, the line between it. You really do have this terrible situation where the tank has no armor. You can be HE'd by a 183 anywhere for a max roll of Hesh, and you only have 1620 hit points. And in case you're wondering, that means you're going to get wrecked. Oh god, see, this is a bad situation straight away. Right. I'm spotted. That means I'm immediately out of the game. I can't be spotted. If you're spotted in this tank, that's it. You have to take a big deep breath and start again. There's going to be an E50 popping just here in a second. We're going to wait for him. G'day, Staggerly. There he is. He's popped over there. All right. I'll buy that for $1. Okay, there's... Alright, yeah, we can maybe push down here now and start helping out with this PTA. He's the main danger here. We've got to clear this PTA, hey. He's got too much DPM. I'm okay with getting around this corner. Basically, I'm trying to narrow down the amount of time he's DPMing me. Where the hell did that go? That didn't even hit. What the hell? Jeez, auto aim is doing some weird stuff. And here comes the E50 to have a good old time. And you're done. This is the problem, right? This is the problem. This is so the problem with this tank. You cannot hit point trade in it. That was a tier 8 medium, the Super Pershing. This tank is like my least favorite tier 9 tank, I think. It's right up there. It's got low DPM for its type of tank. The only tank with lower DPM than this is the WZ-120, or theoretically the Centurion 7 Mark 1, unless you're using Hesh, in which case the Centurion 7 Mark 1 has no problems. Its gun is not that good. Its gun is worse than the E50's gun, it's worse than the PTA's gun, it's worse than the Cent 1's gun, it's worse than the T-54's gun, it's exactly the same in terms of dispersion as the AMX Premier Proto's gun, as the... it's right up there with the T-54 and 1's gun. I mean, it's just horrible for making trades with. And what you'll find people will do is they'll just push on you, right? They'll just push on you. G'day, Hansy. And once they push on you, that's all there is to it. It's like if someone runs up to you with a gun, there's not much you can do to stop them as long as they're willing to die. If you're in a T-54 or a Centurion 7-1 or a E50 or even a Leopard prototype, you can run away in a PTA. This thing's mobility, 48 kilometers an hour is your top speed. Okay? I'll tell you, there is not a lot of tanks that are mediums that go slower than that. The 54A1 does 44, and that's a slow medium. The Cent does slower than that, the Cent 7-1, but I mean, its acceleration isn't fantastic. And not only that, could we just quickly have a talk about this? And I've gone into bat again for this tank to get a buff so many times. Look at this. And this blows my mind. This absolutely blows my mind. Japan, Type 61. This is the tank. It has shit armor. You can go through the gun mantlet with 200 millimeters of pen. So there's no armor. It gets all this crap armor where it can be penned. Nothing is over 100 millimeters, right? And then you get this. Tell me why the Type 61, which has the weakest armor profile outside of a Leopard PTA, also gets to have an enormous, monstrously big R2-D2 tumor on the top of its hatch, which is 61 millimeters, 72 millimeters, 63 millimeters, 56 millimeters. Why? You know what they removed? They removed that kind of tumor from, where are we, Tier 10? The M48A1 Patton used to have that kind of thing, and yet its tumor was so much more well armored. The T110E3 used to have that kind of thing. Again, they were so well armored. The T110E5 used to have that kind of thing. That was so well armored, right? And yet, they were removed, and this tank sees the same freaking tanks. You can get heshed in the hatch from a 183, from a grill, from a E100, from anything that's 100 millimeters, 150 millimeters and up, will easily HE, full roll HE pen your hatch. You tell me why that is still in the game. It's absolutely stupid. It makes absolutely no sense to me why that is the case. Okay, so now let's try and be successful in it. Because I have driven it and done well in it, and I've had people have a go at me saying, hey, I've got like a 65% win rate in that tank. Well, that's good. I mean, I hate the TOG. I still win 70% of my games in it. It's like, it's nothing to do with the fact that you can be successful in it. You can take any gun and just play from the back and do damage in it. And that's kind of stupid because you can take any gun. So why not take a gun that's better than this gun and do it? Like the Leopard PTA or Centurion 701. That's my point. You can bet if he was shooting, my hatch would be going in. Oh my god, I bounced it. I think he hit my mantlet. Didn't miss that time. Oh, I mean, this is just weird. I don't know where the rest of their team is. That's not the best use of the tank. So I'm going to try and move around the battlefield and get some better shots with it. So we know we've got 2 mediums at the top. We're still missing 2 mediums. Yeah, still missing 2 mediums. Who I suspect are over there. There's the Yag. I'll go and back up this Tiger too. Come on, man. Give me a break. Give me a break. should be able to HE pen that guy. And this is it. You've got to be a vampire in this tank. There's no two ways around it. You're a complete nut of vampire. And if you're not a vampire, then you're at the front line, and that's the wrong place to have this tank. I don't make any apologies for playing that as passively as I just did. If Wargaming wanted this tank to be a frontline tank, they would have given it armor. That's all there is to it. I mean, I can't go through that turret. He's got armor. I'm just gonna die burning hit points there for no reason. These guys, Jesus, are they gonna push on him or what? Take your times, guys. I'm gonna have to use my hit points here because otherwise these guys are just not gonna go. Come on, dudes. Go, go, go. I'm gonna... Go, 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 go. Yeah. So, I play that really passively and I use my hit points at the end to psych up some damage to that Type 59 so the other guys can do damage to him, which is basically how you got to do it, right? And that's what the tank does. Let's talk about the WZ-120. Oh, Jesus. Saving the good stuff for last. Just loving these last couple of tanks. Some of my favorite vehicles. Okay, this is what I don't like about this tank, and it's probably more to do with the way I play than anything else. You know, if you've watched the channel for any length of time, that I'm a gun depression fiend. The Cent 7-1 should have given it away. The only thing the Type 61's got going for it is gun depression. This has 3 degrees of gun depression, which is pretty shit. If we look at it from the perspective of another tier 9 medium, let's go the PTA. You can see your hatches are very, very pennable, but the rest of the turret is fairly solid. What do you have going for you? Your one thing that you have is aim time. Your aim time is very, very good, and you have 400 alpha. Your pen is just abysmal. You can play it as a watered down T-54. You literally can. Like all the Chinese tanks, you can play them as watered down versions of the Russian counterparts. That's cool. But I mean, if you're doing that, then why don't you just play the Russian tanks that are better at it? You know, I mean that's kind of the thing that doesn't make a lot of sense. You want to make trades. You want to make trades with heavy tanks. You want to play this basically like a hull down heavy tank. Okay, that's what you've got to do. Dan Kelly, if you've watched the channel for any length of time, you would know that I play my adrenalines in an optimistic manner. I play them in spots that are just... I look at it this way. I used to really save my adrenalines when you only got to use them once. When you get to use them more than once, what the hell's the point? Use the adrenaline, okay? You get it again in another minute kind of thing. Like, what's the big deal? Oh, I can't hold that bottom with the Panther 2 and me. It's not going to happen. 3 degrees of gun depression. This is going to make me so unhappy. Yeah, you can have 5 degrees with a 100mm gun, Hugh, but then why not just play a T-54? Like, this is the crazy thing about this line is you can be a pretend Russian tank, or you could just be the Russian tank. And that's really where it's at, isn't it? Like, are you going to play a watered-down T-54, or are you just going to play the T-54? Are you going to play a watered-down T-44, or are you just going to play the T-44? Interesting. They've really committed to going low here. Mortissimo was injured in battle. Listen, if I was worried about credits, even on my personal account, I wouldn't load up pure Hesh and not run any Povo Hesh on my Cent 7 and 1s. Yeah, the Chinese TD seems to be a little bit broken, let's be honest. That is not a good spot for a Borsig. Well, I got the shot off, it just didn't go in. There's enough tanks there, they should be able to handle that. Yeah, he's pushing up. Borsig, WZ-120, that's 3 tanks going up. I'm going to help support this flank. Come on, guys. Come off it. Oh, they've all got wrecked. They've all got wrecked. I'm trying to help this T-95. Stay with it, T-95. Stay with it, baby. I'm here with you. No. Wow. Really? Really? Where's that 54? Let's have him. Oh, could we roll low? Could we possibly roll low? That'd be great. Error 404. Okay, Howard Chang. How about you never come to the channel again? See you, Howard. Woo-hoo-wee. That was some tough gig there. Fortune Cookie says no win in near future. I gotta say, I would prefer to play this tank than the tier 9 Japanese tank. I think this is at least a tank that fulfills a role within the game, which is a 400 alpha tier 9 tank that's not the Centurion 7-1. But my whole issue with this is its turret is its strength, right? And it has 400 alpha. Well, you can get a Centurion 7-1 that does 230 millimeters of pen on its Hesh rounds, has 10 degrees of gun depression, and has a better turret. In my opinion anyway, or as good a turret. And for me, that just means that this tank already exists within the game, just not quite in the same format. Now we're going to go to the flank. We're going to do what needs to be done. They've got a 34-3, which is great. We can beat him. They've got an E50. Yeah, he's probably going to drop us if we get into a pure DPM trade-off. We've got 3 mediums and a light. So we should be able to get there first and do something with it. Bushka gets special matchmaking. That is my name. Oh, you'd love to do that every day of the week, wouldn't you? Are you? No. Oh, you don't do it. Look at that gun depression, guys. Look at that gun depression. It's insane how bad this gun depression is, hey. But the turret's pretty good. Really? He's just going to go over the top and... Wow. What an incredible effort by you two. Seriously? Welcome to the land of hit point trading. These guys are just rolling across. Anyone over there want to shoot him? That'd be great. You? I'm happy for you to take a hit. That guy was just desperate to die. Honest to God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, everyone is up apart from this Yag Tiger, so we're... Unless he just... Oh, he's going to do it. Is he going to crest? Is he going to crest? I think he wants to come down, man. I think he just wants to come across there and do that thing. Here he comes. No one's going to kill him? What? Dude. He's just walking across the top. Yag's finally gone. This is kind of nuts, hey. RNG on auto aim has been pretty weird today. I gotta say, it's been very, very odd. He's got crap gun depression too, by the way, so I can... We did our job, man. We did our job. We went there, we got the flank. The RU did a good job too. They YOLO'd to get us, which was pretty weird. They basically gave up a Yag Tiger and an E50. Good work, RU. We knew who I was, the little grub. Good on him. Where is he? Well done, him. They're E50. Maybe he knew who I was too. Alright, so... one last game in this, and then we'll do a stream giveaway. We do NA streams on a Friday Australian time, which is Thursday night NA time, and we do EU streams Thursday morning Australian time, which is Wednesday evening European time. Can we get a vid before?
Some of the people in chat were wondering if there's any Bushka swag coming.
There is. You can get Bushka shirts on Spreadshirt. I'm so time poor, man. I need to get my design put into a vector graphic. My logos and stuff put into a vector graphic so I can actually put them on Spring Threadless, the t-shirt site, and get them working there. So, because people have actually asked for t-shirts, which is weird. But anyway.
Yeah, we were kind of thinking of a T with a tog on the front of it and push the plus on the side of it.
Nice, nice. I'm glad you were thinking of that. It sounds exactly like the kind of shirt I'd wear.
At least people are asking for t-shirts.
Right, you could give away that ugly hat.
Serby. For those of you who are wondering what Serb's talking about, I bought a Sorry, I'm focused. I've lost focus here. Oh, hello E50, how are you going? Would you like to push me? I bought like a Russian tank commander hat. It was $10, man. How can I not buy it?
Okay, but you put it on your head. You wore it.
I did wear it, that's true. Let's see if this 59 goes again. It's going to try and escape. Cool. This could really go either way, this one. I'd like to clear that 59 if at all possible. If not... Come on, gun depression. Don't fail me now. And by don't fail me now, I mean, yeah, you've got no gun depression. What are you going to do? I think I've got to be patient here because I don't know that we're going to be in a good position with this one. He's going to wait for his camo to reset. No, he's not. He's getting hit. Yeah, team's doing pretty solid here. Yeah, okay, that's it. That's good, that's good, that's good. I'm going to push up across here so the PTA's got to come sideways. This should really finish it up. Waiting for the PDA to come up far enough so I can get that gun depression to work for me. Wow, actually, okay. What the hell happened there? Noob 120. Really? Really? Let's finish it off with a Kolobanovsky. There we go. So that's the WZ-120. You play it as a... we started... Did we start? No, his second or third game was a Kolobanov. Stan Williams. Okay. It's not a bad tank. It's fun. They improved it. They did buff it a little bit not long ago. I don't know how they screwed that up, man. I don't know how they screwed that up. They were right in the driver's seat. And some guy starts calling me a noob just because I didn't go out sideways and get wrecked by them. Apparently that's the done thing these days. Okay, so let's do a giveaway. Let's give away a tank. Oh, yeah. I'm not driving this one. This is a freaking amazingly good tank. Love it, but it's a premium tank. This is Tech Tree Streams. Okay, let's give away a tank. Giving away a Tier 5 Gold Tech Tree tank. To the 12th correct answer. Bronk, I will not discuss. I won't do it. If you're watching Bronk, I'm not going to discuss how this works, okay? It's as it appears on my screen, not as it appears on your screen, because that's two different things. So don't get funky with me when it doesn't appear on my screen the same as it does on yours. What is the name of the Tier 9 American medium called the M46 Patton, i.e. the answer is the M46 Patton. Let's have the 12th correct answer. We'll be winning a Tier 5 Tech Tree Gold tank. Let's do this thing. And I think we have enough answers now. Okay, let's have a look at this. Jay Cudmore, 999. Yitai. Hugolo is number 3. Axel Gerolamo de la Porta is number 4. Banana T Zod, number 5. Gavin Johnston, number 6. Mr. A, number 7. Stagger Lee, number 8. Pigs Can Fly High, number 9. KB Weimer, number 10. Tingle Droid Model 597 Beta is number 11. And number 12, lucky number 12, is a long-time contributor to the channel. Actually, he's had 3 different videos pop on channel from replays because they've been freaking amazing. Slaven Blagic. Congratulations, Slaven. Slaven Blagic. You are the winners of the Tier 5 Tech Tree Gold Tank, mate. Congratulations. Well done. Well done. The deal for real, you can't win it anyway, man. You've won it like 3 times. I've only given it to you once. Good on you, Slaven. Good work, mate. What tank would you like, Slaven? What tank are we talking here? I go peeing with the giveaway. WTF. Serby. Slaven, if you could give me the correct way to spell your in-game name so that I can just put it straight in here rather than go and look at the old replay files, that would be good. You're on EU. And what tank would you like? What clan are you in nowadays? I reckon the Panzer 5/4 is pretty good. The T14, the Excelsior. Mate, you skipped my name twice. Wisecraft Live. I'm not going through it, man. I didn't. I just didn't. Who was 13? I don't know, man. I can go up and see. 13 was Subibo Smith. 14 was Rogue Jen. 15 was Dan Svensson. 16 was 168 SMK. And 17 was Lot Plays. 18 was Joseph Starlin. 19 was Keenan Bell. 20 was Evan Vandenbosch. No worries, Wisecraft Life, you grub. What are you feeling like, Slaven? What do you feel like for dinner tonight, mate? T14, no worries, man. Doing it now. You're a legend. Thank you very much for everyone who watched. Thank you very much for everyone who took part. Thanks for the donations and stuff. Shut up, Ilya Scuffs from Cats. I'm ready to you grub. Look after yourselves, and congratulations, Slaven, on the win. Good work. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I love doing the Tech Tree streams. It makes me go back and think about the tanks, and yeah, we tend to do pretty well. We had some good masteries, some good Kolobanovs. That was a lot of fun. Anyway, boys and girls, look after yourselves, and as always, stay safe on the battlefield. Who's streaming Twister Cup at the moment? Do you guys know? Is the Twister on right now?
Primo and purple.
Yeah, but who's streaming? Who's streaming it?
No idea.
Does anyone know who's streaming Twister Cup? One sec.
I've got no clue.
Let's go raid. Let's go raid. Whoever's streaming the Twister Cup, guys. Well, someone give me a URL for this. Okay, let's see if I can get a raid going on. All right, here we go. 204 watching. Let's raid this thing. Here we go. I'm going to drop the link in chat. Everyone head over there. This is the link. This is the link. Everyone, let's go and raid this thing. Let's raid it. Everyone go join that stream. Let's raid them. We're here. We're taking over your stream.
Watch us crash it.
Everyone join that stream. Let's go watch some Twister Cup together. And we do it. Every night, every day, every hour, every way, and we do it. Yeah. Go to that stream link. I'm dropping it in the chat. There's still 200 of you guys watching. Let's all head to the Twister Cup and talk crap in someone else's stream.
It doesn't work. The link doesn't work.
Why doesn't it work?
Yes, it does.
Worked fine for me.
Where is it?
Every second person there's mentioning Bushka's name.
Give us all your consumables and promo.
It's pretty much all of me. Focused by that, perfect coming from straight. You can see there, Purpose still had 2 full health tanks.
Put your handsy up.
That's because straight, we're not focusing on the easier target that we're hiding behind.
If you're not in that stream now, you need to get in there. Get in there. Just trying to help a brother out. All right, that's it from me. I'm turning this one off. Go there. Go. You don't want to go home, but you can't stay here. So till next time, like. All right, get him up, run him. Hit him up, run him up, rawhide.
Oh boy.
Right him in, hit him out. Right
Let's
him
see
in,
if we
him
can
out.
crash the server.
Right him in, rawhide. Roll him. See you, boys and girls.